Hey guys, I've had a hard time trying to get my thoughts out right, make a little video here. I'm going to try this one more time, but I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I've had a couple comments on some of my videos recently. People, well, a particular person, making comments that they don't understand where I'm coming up with my conspiracy theories at. And I'd like to say, first of all, that this channel is not really an educational channel except for geared towards preppers. And there's a lot of things that I feel like the prepper community stays in touch with that I don't really need to educate them. I'm not a journalist. I'm not, paid media. I'm just a girl with a camera. And so my channel's more opinion-oriented, and I assume that most of the things that I talk about, people already are hearing about in the news, and people with the prepper mentality are already checking into and verifying or dismissing themselves. So I occasionally provide some links or some details, but really this is just an opinion-type, diary-based vlog. So for those of you all that are here to be educated about finances, the Federal Reserve, the Rockefellers, those types of things, you need to go find somebody's channel to watch that is oriented towards educating you on what they've learned and researched. Otherwise, all you're going to get here are some opinions, and then you'll get some how-to educational moments as far as prepping is concerned, the actual skills like canning bacon or things that I know how to do. So I just think that there's been some people who have plugged into my channel that do not understand what my channel is about. So there's that. The second thing I would like to address is just take a note of the fact that we are indeed 2 days in now to sequestration, and Obama did finally admit that it's not the end of the world, it's not the apocalypse like he had made it sound. Now, my video, it may have been yesterday or the day before, I was talking about, I was explaining my opinion on the fact that the sequestration would and would not have implications. It would not have implications if everybody just treated it as what it was, which was they're not cuts. Everybody needs to understand that it's not cuts. What it is a reduction in allowed growth of spending. So over the course of the next 10 years, instead of, gaining growth and expense on our national debt, at one rate, it's just going to be down a little bit lower. In other words, there was no need for illegal immigrants to be released the other day, even before the sequestration hit, because the money that was taking care of them is still going to be there. It's that there's not going to be such a high increase year after year after year for Department of Homeland Security to double themselves up year after year. And, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, she was on TV the other day talking about how, we're not going to be able to secure our borders, we're not going to be able to have police officers and all these things. Well, DHS has nothing to do with your local police law enforcement agency. So that right there was a flat-out damn lie by her. Second of all, securing our borders. Well, if I recall, our country, our government's the one that sent illegal guns to the border for the Fast and Furious program. So they're the ones that have made our borders unsafe. Regardless, they weren't going to be losing any border security personnel. They just weren't going to be able to keep adding 50% to their force every year, year after year after year. And though in some ways it may sound painful or seem painful, at the same time, guys, we've got a national debt that we can't pay off, and it's coming from these expenses. So what's happened is we're just saying, well, instead of being $16.6 trillion in debt here in the next 10 years, which is where we're at today, we want to only be $16.4 trillion in debt. You know, if you can't pay your bills, as a regular person, then you lose your house, you lose your electricity, you lose your cable. These things happen. You have to budget. And all this is because the Democrats did not want to give cuts up in other areas or departments. And so to make their point and try to bully the Republicans into giving them their increased financing in these different areas, they made it sound like it was going to be the end of the world. And Obama is first and foremost responsible for that error. He did correct himself. So I will give him the credit that's due on that. He did come out yesterday and say, we're still alive, we're still here, it's not the apocalypse. But what he and his Democrats were trying to do was to get the American public so scared that we would all tell our Republican leaders to give in to their demands. Our Republican leaders know that we don't want to give up our guns, and we sure as hell don't want to pay for programs that take away our guns, take away all of our paychecks by taxing us to death, while Congress, and not just Congress, the entire administration and establishment, runs around wasting money on things that we don't approve of. So there are going to be some hurtful things through this sequestration, such as in my home state, Newport News area, very big military area, is going to see a lot of furloughs and loss of jobs and growth. So it's going to hurt some localized areas, but kind of has to happen. We've been spending too much money. We don't have enough money, and the only way to keep spending that money is for you to give up more of your paycheck. And you're already spending more of your paycheck at the grocery store, and don't deny it, okay? It's true. I keep very close track on grocery prices. I save all of my receipts. I'm twisted obsessed about it. Your electricity is a little bit more. Your taxes are a little bit more. On and on and on. And right now, we have the lowest spending power that we've had since 1959. I'm just really irritated that so many people don't really understand the concept of budgeting. And then that the Democrats were trying to bully us into their way of thinking. And it's just, it's all gotten a bit out of control. I tell you one thing, you know, if you have $100 every week exactly to spend on groceries, and you've got several kids, and every week you come home with one less grocery item, and then the items that you did bring home are smaller packages, and you try to tell me that there's no inflation at the grocery store, well, I just think you're an idiot. That's where I'm at with that. But anyway, I'm heading to the grocery store right now. I just pulled over because my granddaughter's in the back seat. She fell asleep, so I thought I'd let her take a little bit better nap before I woke her up to take her in the store. But yeah, I'm really tired of some of these weird-ass people getting on my channel and not understanding that I'm a prepper, and my channel is geared towards my prepper friends, the prepper community, and when I'm able, I do how-to instructional videos on prepping, and other than that, it's opinionated stuff. And I figure that you guys have already researched or pick out what I'm talking about and go do some research if you don't know what I'm talking about. There's just some weirdos have tacked on to my channel here lately. But I hope all my buddies are good. I love my subs, most of you, 99% of you, and I love 99% of the people I'm subbed to. So, hope you guys are doing good. And, by the way, some of you commenters out there that have tacked onto my channel here lately, no, this is not an Alex Jones related conspiracy theory that I'm talking about. Sequestration was not brought up by him. I'm so sick and damn tired of people coming on my channel and bringing up Alex Jones in the comment section, talking smack and stuff. They're just making themselves idiots. And you know what? I was doing all of this and knowing these things before I even knew who Alex Jones was. Guess how I found out about him? I was watching somebody else's video and some dumbass made a comment, oh, this is an Alex Jones conspiracy theory and he's just a government psyop or whatever. I was like, who are they talking about? So I go and I looked him up and I was like, wow, this dude is passionate and on his shit. And I love him to death. But you people that have this whole big fantasy thing going on in your head about that, and then you keep making comments about him so you sound like you're smart or something, you're doing nothing but promoting him. People like me find him because of comments that you all leave that on videos that have nothing to do with him. So, and not everything I talk about or that I fear or that I know or understand or come up with or prepare for, probably 10% of it has anything to do with things that I've heard from Alex Jones. The rest of it is stuff that I already knew, I've already studied, I continue to study, I watch all kinds of things, all kinds of people, all kinds of channels. So I kind of laugh in your face, you know, go on and give them some more advertisement, because you're just retarded when you do that. I don't know, I'm a little aggressive today. Sorry if I sound like a bitch. You know, I have my moments, we all do. I'm just really irritated that people get on my channel, which is a opinionated channel geared towards preppers. It's more of a personal blog type video channel, and people come on there leaving comments like they think I'm some paid professional media personnel or something. Whoa. Where'd you get your facts? You know what? I'm giving you my opinion. I don't have to give you where I got my facts. Turn on the damn news. Look up in the sky. Do some research yourself. Find your own facts. I don't have time to educate the whole world. I barely have time to keep myself up to date. I do what I can, and that's where we're at. So, hope you guys are doing good. Staying strong. Keeping it clean. Peace.